What if I told you there are birds more colorful than any rainbow, and their courtship dances rival the grandest stage performances on Earth? From the glowing horns of Bulwer's pheasant to the golden cloak of the Chinese pheasant kings, these creatures are born to dazzle. They live in the deepest forests and misty highlands of Asia, where every movement is a brushstroke of fire, silk, and light. Today, we reveal the 10 most beautiful pheasants on planet Earth, a celebration of nature's artistry and its most fragile treasures. Number 12. Golden Pheasant. Hidden in the misty mountains and dense bamboo forests of central China lives the golden pheasant, a bird that looks as if it has stepped out of a painter's dream. About 35 to 41 inches long, with the male's sweeping golden tail accounting for 2/3 of that length, this pheasant dazzles with colors unmatched in the avian world. The male wears a fiery golden crest that cascades like flowing silk, a crimson breast glowing like embers, and an iridescent green back. Black barred orange cape feathers fan out around the neck like a royal mantle. Females, by contrast, are smaller, about 25 inches long, and cloaked in subtle browns that help them disappear into the forest floor. Males shine brightest at maturity, and their plumage remains striking throughout the year, unlike many birds that change with the seasons. When it comes to courtship, the golden pheasant is pure theater. The male unfurls his cape, arches his body, and circles the female in a slow, deliberate dance. Each step echoes like a performance on a grand stage, his feathers catching the light as if stitched from molten gold and scarlet flame. Few birds rival this spectacle. The golden pheasant is not only a symbol of beauty in Chinese culture, but also a reminder. Preserving forests preserves the brilliance of life itself. Number 11. Bulwer's pheasant, Lepura bulweri. Deep within the rainforests of Borneo lives one of nature's most unusual jewels, the Bulwer's pheasant. Measuring about 22 to 28 inches, this pheasant stands out not for a riot of colors, but for a striking contrast. The male is cloaked in glossy black-blue plumage, with a long white tail that sweeps behind him like a banner of silk. But the most astonishing feature is his pair of vivid turquoise-blue facial wattles, which inflate dramatically during display. Females are smaller, draped in earthy browns with delicate patterns that help them blend seamlessly into the jungle understory. Unlike many birds that molt into duller tones, adult males retain their surreal adornments year-round, a living emblem of rarity. Courtship is nothing short of surreal theater. The male struts forward, spreading his wattles wide like shimmering sails and lowering his head in a bow, circling the female in deliberate rhythm. In that moment, the forest floor transforms into a stage, his every movement charged with tension, like an actor unveiling a secret in slow motion. It's a performance that borders on the otherworldly, where beauty and oddity collide. Found nowhere else but Borneo, Bulwer's pheasant is a fragile wonder. Its wow factor, those extraordinary wattles, are unique among pheasants. Protecting Borneo's forests means protecting one of Earth's rarest living spectacles. Number 10. Argus pheasant, Argusianus argus. In the dim forests of Malaysia, Sumatra, and Borneo, a giant shadow glides quietly across the leaf litter, the Argus pheasant. Males can stretch an incredible 78 inches long, with nearly 5 feet of that length belonging to their tails and wing plumes. Unlike most pheasants known for vivid colors, the Argus is a master of intricate detail. Each feather bears a series of golden eye-like spots that seem painted with a jeweler's precision. Females are smaller, muted in brown, and far less ornamented, blending perfectly into the forest understory. Adult males, however, grow more dazzling with age, their spotted wings and elongated tail feathers becoming the hallmarks of one of the most extraordinary pheasants on Earth. Courtship transforms the male into a living tapestry. He clears a display court on the forest floor, then unfurls his wings like enormous fans. As the golden eyes shimmer, he pivots and bows around the female, creating the illusion of hundreds of eyes opening and closing at once, like a galaxy of stars blinking into life. It is both hypnotic and overwhelming, a performance rivaling any ballet. The Argus boasts the longest secondary flight feathers of any bird in the world. Preserving Southeast Asia's rainforests ensures that this forest phantom's silent dance continues to haunt the jungle shadows. Number 9. Reeves's pheasant, Cermaticus reevesii. Across the temperate woodlands and scrublands of central and northern China roams one of the most striking birds on the planet, the Reeves's pheasant. Named after the British naturalist John Reeves, this species is renowned for its astonishing length. Males can measure up to 82 inches long, making them among the longest pheasants in existence, with over 5 feet of that length carried in their remarkable tail. Their plumage is a mosaic of golden scales edged in black, a white head crowned with a chestnut mask, and wings streaked with bronze and silver. Females are smaller, around 30 inches, clad in warm browns that camouflage them perfectly. Males maintain their vibrant finery year-round, radiating brilliance with age. When courting, the male performs a ritual that is as bold as his appearance. He raises his immense tail like a banner, struts with deliberate pride, and circles the female with wing flicks and calls. Each display feels like the unfurling of a warrior's standard, commanding both attention and respect. His sheer size and glittering armor leave no doubt who rules the forest stage. Reeves's pheasant holds the record for the longest tail feathers of any bird. Safeguarding China's woodlands is the only way to ensure this living legend continues to stride like royalty through the forest. Number 8. Lady Amherst's pheasant, Chrysolophus amherstii. In the misty mountain forests of southwestern China and northern Myanmar lives the elusive Lady Amherst's pheasant, a bird so ornate it looks hand-stitched by artisans. Adult males measure around 40 inches in length, with more than half taken up by their long barred tail. Their plumage is a patchwork of brilliance, a snow-white hood and cape layered like armor, emerald green wings that shimmer with light, a scarlet rump blazing like fire, and a sweeping black and white tail that curves with elegance. Females, far smaller at about 26 inches, wear subtle brown mottling that conceals them among undergrowth. Males do not shed their splendor seasonally. Their kaleidoscope of color remains constant throughout life, only becoming richer with maturity. Courtship is a performance of contrast and surprise. The male fans out his long tail, raises his shimmering cape, and sidesteps around the female in a tight circle. His head dips, revealing the gleaming white hood that suddenly flashes like a lantern in the shadowy forest. The effect is startling, like a dancer who changes costume mid-step, unveiling a secret of light and motion. With tail streaming like a warrior's banner, he marches through history as living armor of gold and white. Protecting Asia's montane forests ensures that this living embroidery continues to flicker like a moving tapestry across the forest floor. Number 7. Swinhoe's pheasant, Lophura swinhoei. High in the misty mountains of Taiwan lives a bird so striking it has been honored as the island's national emblem, the Swinhoe's pheasant. Measuring about 27 to 31 inches in length, the male is a living jewel box, a gleaming blue body with a deep green sheen. a snow-white crest and back, scarlet facial wattles, and a long tail patterned in black and white. Females, smaller and cloaked in mottled brown, blend into the forest floor for camouflage while nesting. Unlike some pheasants that lose brilliance with the seasons, males of this species retain their vivid colors year-round, growing more radiant as they reach maturity. Courtship is both fiery and delicate. The male fans his tail, lowers his head, and flashes his crimson wattles while circling the female. Each step seems choreographed, as if he were a performer on a hidden stage of moss and mist. His calls cut through the forest silence, a reminder that beauty is not only seen, but also heard. The display is at once bold and elegant, a fusion of power and grace. Swinhoe's pheasant is found only in Taiwan, a treasure seen nowhere else on Earth. Its vivid form is more than decoration. It is heritage in motion, a living link between nature and culture that vanishes if the forest fades. Number 6. Satyr tragopan, Tragopan satyra. In the high, mist-laden forests of the Himalayas dwells a bird that seems borrowed from legend, the satyr tragopan. Males measure about 26 to 28 inches long and are cloaked in fiery crimson speckled with white spots, like embers scattered across dark velvet. Their most striking features are the cobalt blue facial skin and inflatable lappets, which hang dramatically from the throat. During the breeding season, 2 fleshy blue horns emerge from the crown, transforming the bird into a vision half myth, half reality. Females, smaller and cloaked in mottled browns, blend perfectly into the forest undergrowth. Unlike some pheasants that molt into muted tones, the male retains his vibrant splendor throughout the year, reaching his most dramatic form at maturity. Courtship here is pure spectacle. The male lowers his head, unfurls his lappets, and raises those shimmering horns, approaching the female with deliberate rhythmic steps. His glowing blue and red display looks less like a bird and more like a deity stepping out of a temple fresco. The scene feels both intimate and grand, a performance staged in the quiet theater of the Himalayas. In that rare moment, the forest seems to pause, breathless, as myth takes wing. The satyr tragopan endures as living proof that some legends walk, dance, and sing in feathers. Number 5. Crested fireback pheasant, Lophura ignita. In the lowland rainforests of the Malay Peninsula, Sumatra, and Borneo, the crested fireback pheasant flashes through the shadows like a burst of flame. Males measure around 25 to 30 inches long and are among the most radiant of their kind. Their plumage gleams with metallic shades of blue, green, and bronze, catching the light like polished armor. A distinctive forward-curving black crest crowns the head, while the rump blazes in fiery orange and chestnut. Females, smaller and clad in chestnut-brown feathers, carry delicate markings that blend with the forest floor. Adult males retain their dazzling colors year-round, becoming most brilliant when fully mature. Courtship transforms this pheasant into a spark of living fire. The male struts before the female, fanning his ornate tail and erecting his glossy crest. Each step is deliberate, as though he were striking flints against stone, igniting sparks of iridescence in the dim understory. His low, booming calls resonate like a drumbeat, each note a pulse of energy designed to captivate. It is not just a display. It is a ritual of light and sound, a performance where the forest itself seems to glow. When his booming calls echo through the trees, it is as if the rainforest itself beats like a drum, carrying the rhythm of life through every leaf and shadow. Number 4. Silver pheasant, Lophura nycthamera. Once revered in Chinese culture as a symbol of nobility and refinement, The silver pheasant still roams the mountain slopes, its presence as commanding as a monarch in flowing robes. Is a ritual of light and sound, a performance where the forest itself seems to glow. Males reach 47 inches in length, their bodies dressed in a cloak of white feathers delicately etched with fine black lines, like brush strokes across parchment. Their long, sweeping tails glisten pale silver in the filtered forest light, while a crimson face and legs provide flashes of bold color. Females, smaller at about 28 inches, wear earthy browns with subtle patterning that lets them vanish into the undergrowth. Unlike many pheasants, males keep their refined plumage all year, becoming more imposing as they mature. Courtship reveals another layer of refinement. The male fans his long white tail like a silken banner and circles the female with careful, deliberate steps. His red face glows against the snow-like plumage, a vivid contrast that feels both regal and intimate. The display is quiet but magnetic, as though he were a calligrapher, writing in the language of feathers and light, each gesture a character etched on the forest floor. When the silver pheasant disappears into the shadows, what lingers is the memory of elegance, like a stroke of ink that fades from view, but leaves the page forever changed. Number 3. White-eared pheasant, Crossoptilon crossoptilon. High on the cold, wind-swept plateaus of Tibet and western China lives the white-eared pheasant, a bird that seems carved from drifting clouds. Measuring 34 to 39 inches in length, both sexes share a similar appearance, rare among pheasants. Their plumage is a soft snow white, tipped with smoky gray on the wings and tail. A patch of crimson bare skin surrounds the eyes, while the namesake white ears, actually long feather tufts, sweep backward like delicate brush strokes. Males tend to be slightly larger and heavier, but unlike many pheasant species, they do not undergo dramatic seasonal changes. Their serene beauty remains constant across the year. Courtship on the plateau is understated yet graceful. The male lowers his wings, fans his broad tail, and steps with slow precision around the female. His red facial skin flushes brighter in display, a subtle spark against his snowy body. The ritual feels like a dance of drifting mists, quiet, measured, and deeply poetic, as though the mountains themselves were watching a performance written in silence and air. When a flock takes flight, their white wings beat against the blue Tibetan sky like clouds breaking into motion. The white-eared pheasant is not just a bird, but a vision of purity carried on the wind. Number 2. Bornean peacock-pheasant, Polyplectron schleiermacheri. Deep in the untouched lowland rainforests of Borneo dwells a bird so elusive that even seasoned naturalists rarely glimpse it, the Bornean peacock-pheasant. Measuring about 20 to 23 inches in length, this species is smaller than most of its cousins, but no less dazzling. The male's plumage is a subtle tapestry of bronzy brown, overlaid with iridescent blue-green ocelli, each feather reflecting light like a polished gem. His long, rounded tail glitters with those same eyes, arranged in mesmerizing patterns. Females are smaller, cloaked in muted brown tones, and far less ornate, allowing them to vanish into the forest understory. Unlike many pheasants, the male's ornamentation remains vivid throughout the year, a constant mark of rarity. When courting, the male transforms a patch of forest floor into a secret stage. He fans his spotted tail wide, lowering it like a jeweled curtain, while tilting his body to catch every shaft of sunlight. The result is a living kaleidoscope, each movement setting the forest aglow, as though stars themselves had descended into the shadows. Critically endangered and found nowhere else on Earth, the Bornean peacock pheasant is a hidden treasure. To lose it would be like erasing one of the rarest jewels from the crown of nature. Number 1. Palawan peacock-pheasant, Polyplectron napoleones. On the Emerald Island of Palawan in the Philippines lives a bird so regal it has been declared a national treasure, the Palawan peacock-pheasant. Measuring about 20 to 24 inches long, this pheasant is relatively small, yet it carries one of the most dazzling appearances in the bird world. The male is cloaked in shimmering midnight blue plumage that shifts to green and violet under sunlight, with a fan-shaped tail marked by iridescent eye spots that gleam like turquoise jewels. His crest, a delicate crown of metallic feathers, completes the royal attire. Females, smaller and draped in mottled browns, remain inconspicuous to protect themselves and their young. The male's brilliance is permanent, glowing with the same intensity year-round. Courtship is a spectacle worthy of a throne room. The male spreads his jeweled tail into a radiant fan, bows low, and circles the female in a ritual that feels like a coronation dance. Each turn flashes gems of green and blue across the forest floor, as if the island itself were scattering treasures at his feet. Endemic to Palawan and found nowhere else, this species is the island's living crown. To see the Palawan peacock pheasant is to glimpse nature's royal decree, that beauty and heritage are bound together in feathers. These pheasants remind us that beauty is more than what we see. It's a language of survival, courtship, and wonder. For me, they're proof that nature is the greatest artist of all. Which one spoke to you the most? Share your thoughts below. And if you'd like to keep discovering the wild's hidden treasures, hit like, subscribe, and join me on the next journey. Together, we can celebrate and protect the fragile beauty of our planet.